Let's see if it's working. It's looking good. And get my other preview. Come on. There it is. There's me in the preview. Okay, cool. Welcome. Let's see. Am I on? Let's do that. Check this. Check that. Check this. Check it twice. Ooh. Okay. Neat. Neato. Okay. Well, welcome. Thank you, everyone. Let's see. Thank you for joining. Thank you over to Bryson and Judd and Cookie. Everyone else who might be slowly coming in. Well, I guess shit. We haven't even started yet, so that's not right. Let's see. Lot to go over, and we'll have some fun today. Let me get some water before I dry up here. Sounds like everyone's doing a pretty good time. I've been doing pretty good too. It's kind of like weird at regular work where it's been kind of hit and miss, and like when it's hitting, it's like, whoa, okay, you know. What I did yesterday was I had one invoice order for me that was due, I think, must be due in 2 weeks, but I won't have, we'll be closed all next week, so it was like, well, I guess best to just get it done, and they wanted 106 unique medals, like little neck ribbon medals, and they wanted each individual person, I think it was for music, maybe? Yeah, it had like piano and violin on it. Yeah, so they were like these individually crafted medals with like names on it, and I had to like go through every name, make sure that it was gold, and then make sure the teacher name was on there too. And I was like, man, this is so much work for what? But I hope they like it. But yeah, I spent most of yesterday just working on that project and just going through one by one and adding the names in. But either way, that was kind of really only excitement, I guess, of last week. Or at least, yeah, just yesterday, yeah. But anyway, welcome. Let's see, let's get the music going. And let's see. So I got this nice background behind the screen here. What do you think of that? Welcome, Mike. Animated that last night. That was pretty fun. I just took the bubble background that we had, and I just in Flash just like swapped the symbols. I changed the artwork from bubbles into snowflakes, and it just reversed the animation, colored the backgrounds and tints and everything, and that's it. So I was thinking like, oh, I'll just have like the snowflakes just kind of go up, because like that was the animation of the bubbles was just going upward. So I was like, yeah, that'll be fine, right? And that's only then like realized though later that I was like, wait a minute, it should probably be falling. It's got this nice gentle like shoosh kind of snowflakes. Anyway, in YouTube world, I don't know how new this is, but now we got this. I'll just kind of break the fourth wall. I think I got this goal button on my chat, so I can apparently make super chats fun with a goal. I don't know if you guys be interested in this. I don't want to like pressure you guys into like, especially for pay me money for like, especially if you don't get anything out of it. I don't know. But yeah, what do you guys think about this? Is that I can do a whole bunch of stuff. I think you have to be live streaming at the time to get all this stuff, or maybe I'm part of YouTube Premium, so I guess I get some of the beta stuff. But either way, it's like, okay, So super chats are donations, I think. So you can kind of set like what kind of donations you want people to do. How does it work? I can't read my chat because this is not my chat. My hat's in the way too. Welcome, Wumble. You bet. I think super chats are just the. How would you do it? Is it just support? Yeah, so they do the little dollar money sign here at the bottom. See if I can make that centered. Show support for Yoshi Greenwater. I'm just tutorializing it. You don't have to do this on your own if you don't want to or can't or whatever. Show support, super stickers, and you get all these fun ones here. I don't know who this pear guy is, but yeah, they're all parts of dollar amounts, and you get these fun little gifs, I guess. Or you do the super chat, and you get this weird slider thing. What the? Okay, so you can do either $100, $1 or $500 in one donation. I think you probably have to like set it up beforehand to know what your. Oh, that was a Yeti. I know so too. It looks like there's a second pin. However long you do it, you get pinned 500 is 5 hours of pinning, and you get a comment there that stays there. Either way, I know that people like doing donations and stuff, and especially VTubes and other Twitch people get like a lot, like, you know, way too much per hour. I mean, those are fun, obviously, you know. I just don't want to pressure you guys, but it's like, I was like, what is this? And I was like, whoa. I mean, it's like, pick a goal. I don't know. Let's do one. If you want to do all colors, set a timer for. Ooh, didn't see that. I could do 3 hours. I can get inspired with examples. Super chat is a fun new way. Oh, it's new. It's not. To connect with creators you love. When you buy a super chat, your message will stand out amongst the crowd. The more you spend, the longer your chat stays at the top of the feed. And the creator also earns a share of the purchase. Learn more. Terms and conditions. You have to be 18 or older to apply to these terms. Please note creators can end their streams or remove any chat messages from view by you and or others at any time for any reasons without notice and or refund. Got it! I'm setting up my super chats. There you go. So either way, yeah, I just saw this little goal button was new. So I was like, what is this? I get inspired. Oh yeah, here's his inspirations. Here's some ideas. I'll stream again on Friday. So if I hit this goal, then I have to say, thanks for supporting me. If I meet the goal, I will play a rhythm game without any sound. That sounds horrible for experiences both ways. Hosting a community gaming night. I mean, I don't know. Probably do it on Discord instead then. Get an extra hour of live streaming when we reach the goal. That sounds horrible too. I mean, isn't that just subathon rules? Where you're pressuring your community to say, give me money so you can get more time with me? Yeah, I don't know about that. Or I'll do a stream where we explore more indie games. Yeah. Maybe I can do... add a poll to be like, what kind of content do you want to see or something, and or you best well, if it ties, if there's like a tie, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I just drew it out there. I wasn't gonna do it, but I was like, I just wanted to show that this is a thing, I guess, that's like, I don't know, YouTube's trying to do whatever, because I guess YouTube would also get some section of that money as well. So I was like, well, if they advertise that this, then it's like, well, YouTube also gets the money. So I was like, okay, yeah, win-win for everyone, right? Everyone splits that $1 then. Which means that YouTube also has that where you have to accumulate, I'm just gonna start doing some necessary nodes. So this isn't really part of the video yet. These are just my standard nodes. Add a camera. YouTube, you can't cash out your YouTube money until you accumulate $100 in your YouTube money account. So if you're like me, whose videos aren't exactly profitable, to say the least, I haven't been able to cash out in like a year or so. So, yeah, it'd be nice to, you know, get the money that I've earned in all ways, you know. So I'm so close with that too, where it's like, you know, I think I got like 80 or so in the past year, and it's like, that's great, but also I can't really see that money or pull it out until I get 100 yet. So it's like, you know, it's just like, you know, so close. That means I can't use it, you know, I can't have it or like spend it, you know, or pay for anything. It's like, come on. Oh my god. Tis the season. Thank you super graciously. Oh boy. Thank you. Look at her go. She was dancing so cute. Oh my god. What's 10 pounds? I don't know. That sounds heavy. I'll check if my converter. I just want to see. Okay. Yahoo. What the? How many is it in dollar dues? Oops. Can't type. Go back to Google. How did I get to Yahoo? Pounds, two. Oh, where's? Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. That's that. Okay. Because I know the yen is pretty weak, so. Huh. Pounds are actually stronger. Interesting. $12 reduce? Whoa! Wow. I'm speechless, and it's like, wow. You can do it next week. Okay. Yeah, no problem on that. I guess, did we ever set the goal? Did ever actually set it? I didn't actually set it yet. Oh well. Well, I guess I will, reward is that you'll see more of me next year. There we go. I don't know. Awesome. Okay. I think it's still like, I think we're at 85.97. So 97 is still closer than 85, so that's pretty good. Okay. Just why the heck not? Thank you. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, I actually got a Christmas bonus. I had to like go to the bank because my work gave it to me in bills. So I was like, I mean, that's better than a check, but yeah. I've had so much troubles with checks and gift cards. I never really had a gift card that actually just like I set up and then it worked. It would always fail. So let's see. I'm just trying to find Derpy Chibi. Okay. So today I will make a short animation of Derpy being a St. Nicholas of some sort. I'll get the sketch and then go from there. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to set that all up. Let's get another one for background. Oopie-doo. Okay. And a couple composites here. Don't really need composites, but it's kind of like adding a folder to a certain amount of things. And I can like kind of select different composites if I need to. Okay. Yeah, I won't spend it all. I don't think I can. Okay. Hum. Okay. Let's see. I'll make an art for your fan. I'm just being blessed all over. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. It does mean a lot. Again, I didn't want to pressure you. I'm just wanted to let you know that as an option, with the pain and such. But yeah, it was just getting annoying because like I was not getting my my spoils from working so hard for the last year. Was just a little too much. I was like, please. That's why, you know, I had to get the not retail job, but just kind of like the more real job, I guess. Using my design skills in a practical use with the trophies making. Yeah, again, my job is to like get a cup. I haven't drawn in a while, so let's see if I can just trying to zoom in. So usually I have a cup of some sort, and then this is like a love handle cup. This is all shiny, woo, and sparkles. This is what I do. I say cookie is number 1. And get a nice big gold trophy. And all I do is make this label. So, yeah. But it's kind of the important part, you know. That's how you know. That's how you... My job is to credit people. You get all those, you know, YouTubers who just review stuff and be like, oh, okay, you know, I'm reacting, you know. It's like, I'm not gonna say who actually did it. I should put in the effort to make the video. I'm just gonna say, wow, that was a cool video, even if that. Oh my god. Thank you, Wumble. 420. Didn't know you could do custom. Wow. Go buy yourself a muffin. Thank you. Actually, I got some muffins here. I can do some ASMR. Get a little package. I'll be able to buy more. Thank you so much. I'm gonna keep liking and hearting your... Awesome. Oh, it's Canadian. Ooh, okay. How much is that? How many dollary dues is that? Canada. To use the... Thank you. You guys are so quick. I don't... It's just like, I type it in, you're like, oh, yep, it's 3. Which will fill out the 97 to 100. Wow! And I'll probably get like 2 cents off this stream. So, that'll even more cover it, just to make sure. Wow. What am I gonna do with it? I don't know. I'll probably do essentials, honestly. I mean, I usually don't splurge on too much. Or like, because now I'm 29, I have my, my impulse control is, better. So, maybe a little too, say like, oh yeah, maybe I should, you know, kind of wait, or like, you know, it's okay if I not buy that right now. So I might just honestly just buy gas with it for like 2 months. BL3. There we go. Okay. Thank you guys. Honestly, super, I don't know how to phrase it enough to say I'm super happy with you guys. I think just saying, hey look, money is cool, huh? Was enough to actually persuade you guys enough. Wow. And I don't want to, you know, take this lightly or be like, okay, cool, next. It's like, you want to get this show on the road here, but wow. Okay. Well, let's let's get going, right? Okay. I don't think we'll... It's all downhill from here if nothing else happens, but honestly, again, don't feel like you have to. And over Horizon, you're totally fine. If you plan on doing it later, that's up to you and your choice. So go ahead with what works for you. Okay. Meanwhile, let's see. Jeez. Okay. Wow, that's so many dollar dues. Okay. Bop bop be doop be doop. Let's draw. I'm thinking. This is easier with this. Okay, so we're gonna do a YouTube short. That's why it's portrait size here. I did have that template that would, like, I think I took like a screenshot where it had like the different buttons, and I think there's a whole bunch of buttons here and here, and then if it's on phone, I think there's something here. I could just literally just open my phone right now and see here. See where the buttons are. Yeah, I'm glad that shorts are getting to be 3 minutes long. There we go. So there's stuff here. Here's all your phone stuff, your cameras, wherever they are. Get all these likes all the way down actually. Here's the description of the title, profile. Let's go to another one to see if it changes. Yeah, all the buttons kind of take up a lot of real estate. I mean, you start to like think about like what space you have left. You're seeing some buttons. I don't know if that's pausing, but there is some little buttons on this side too. That means your like actual like window of where you can actually screen safe put stuff without it being hidden by a button is only like right here. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's repaint. That's not much really. It's just this area. If you got that much, you know, screen, you can only really put it here to make sure that it's actually see it. It's not that bad, but it's like I've had to like really stage my compositions to make sure that stuff doesn't happen, you know. I mean, that's why they have like especially with SD, you have to make sure like where your screen safe areas are. Screen safe just means that if you were doing a widescreen video, this would like be in like early 2010s, right around when Gen 4 started, is that it was doing it in widescreen, but some people still had CRTs or SD videos, and so the SD video would only exist between this square, but the widescreen obviously would be the whole square. So how do you make sure that when you do a cartoon that everyone will be able to see everything? So you had this screen safe of making sure that you kind of make sure that you don't put anything important on the edges on the side here. You know, if you have like some character being like, whoa, then if it's SD, they would only be able to see this part. So you have to make sure on stuff like that. So I've had to make sure on that too. Obviously it's on YouTube, so there's less of a chance of that happening because you can have the YouTube web page is already inside of a box where you have your videos and your descriptions and such. So your little video is inside of a box, so it's like that's okay. But it's not, if it's on a TV, then you have to like actually control it a little bit more to make sure that actually nothing gets outside the box. But anyway, I just want to make sure that my composition still can work. So stuff around here is probably like most of where your center attention would be, because everything else that I just deleted, it's kind of like everything here. So that's what I want to focus mostly. Either here or here might look good. So that's why I want to put this here. That's all to say, like, I want to put her right there in this position. So this be Derpy claws of some sort. Put a little hat on. And the idea is that I wanted it to be simple enough that I can get this done, obviously, really quickly. And the idea is that she's going to be delivering presents. She'll be a delivery mare, delivering the presents on her big sack. Wanted it to be like a dual wielding, kind of like from like a top view. It'll be like a little harness and then like a sack here and then another sack here. So I'm going to figure out how to draw that from this angle. Because it needs to be somewhat like open, I guess. And then the big sack of stuff. And then another one in the back behind her. Let's get rid of that too. And yeah. And so we'll have like this nighttime view. And it should be flying with her wings. And I want this kind of like big circle rotating, like a lot of people do this kind of rolling hill kind of thing, and then just have a whole bunch of either like the whole house or maybe like a close house, or it could just be like the chimney part. Get something like this, a little bit of snow on it, and then when you rotate everything here from the center point, it'll be like, wow, stuff's happening and going across, and then this can just be a loop of a whole bunch of different little houses and scenarios, obviously to be cleaner, and a circle. It'll be a full circle of a whole bunch of different houses and chimneys. Probably like little layers. It could be like a layer behind to have like little grass or mountains. And then you select it all. And then hide this. And when you rotate it, it'll be like, okay. And then like a chimney will come into focus, and then Derpy will be like, okay. And then drops a present into the chimney hole. And that'd be it, basically. It'll just be this one shot, and then it'll just be a nice little loop of her getting the present out, drop it into the chimney hole, and then it drops in, and she's like, yeah, cool. And then she just kind of just stays here. So the whole composition just gotta be here, and then it's gotta be animated looping within here. Hopefully that's all right. So yeah. So you can start working on that. I know it's nothing like my whole, 2-minute or whatever whole storylines or anything, but I am kind of in the middle of everything else right now. I'm kind of in the middle of like 3 pretty big projects right now. Just reanimation. So, kind of wanted this to be somewhat on the simpler side, so I can just get this done and out of the way. Schedule-wise, I want to get another Derpy test. I worked on it. Admittedly, not as much as I could have. I definitely had the time this week to work on it, but I worked on it a little bit last night too, where I realized that one of the backgrounds was a little bit blurry, and I was like, okay. And because I made all the backgrounds in Blender 3D software. I had to go back into Blender and then change the aspect ratio or resolution. I made it like 4K. Exported that, put it into Toon Boom, and then decided like, yeah, it's okay, but now I can really see the anti-aliasing, so. And I was like, okay, cool. I guess I worked on it a little bit, and I was like, nice. It needs to be finished, but it's been so long of hard. I feel like it's still. It's like what happened with chapter whatever of the movie, the jail one that just happened, the last one I did, where I had an animation section where I had like at the beginning the jail snake guard comes in and he has this stick, and I needed them to like do a whole bunch of like complicated maneuvers with the stick and be like, okay, he like needs to walk with it and then like put it into the keyhole, open the keyhole, and then like open the gate, and it's like all of this needs to be figured out. And it's like, what do you use his hand for this part? Like if they had to get closer, like how much actual animation did I do for it? And it's like I had too many ideas and options. I think that's what happened, is that I get too stuck into like, well, I get into this mushy feeling of like, well, I could do it this way or another way, or I'm not really 100%, ready to commit to an idea. And then it just comes in limbo of like, I don't know now what to do. And so it's like, well, I don't know what to do about this, so I just kind of get stuck not doing it. Once I get past that, kind of like bottleneck, then I do get back into it of like, okay, this is fun now. Okay, cool. Whew, white brow. Okay, let's go. And then everything else is, million times more smoother. And I got the rest of the animation done, I think, within the next month or two after that. So I was like, cool. Okay, that, that one section took 2 months, but then the rest of the whole minute, took less than a month to get everything else. So, yeah, something more like that, I think, happened. Yeah. I think that's kind of the problem, I wouldn't say the only problem by working alone, but, it's definitely one of the more dangerous problems, is that by working alone, I don't have anyone to really say, hey, how about you just go with, I like option 2. Why don't you just do it? And, I'd be like, oh, okay. To me, that's my inner voices saying that, So it's like, that's all I got is my inner voices to say, like, I guess you might as well just do that. So it becomes really challenging sometimes. And it's like, oh man, I don't know what to do. And then one half my brain is like, yeah, that, so analytically, if you do it this way, then it'll require this many frames, and then just, can you do it with this kind of keyframe? What kind of pose would this be? And the other brain is like, well, would that be fun to watch? Is that entertaining to watch? Is it quick and snippy enough to be like, okay, for the jail idea example, it'd be like, well, let's see him intricately, putting the passcode into the keyhole and be like, okay, that might be a funny joke, but is that really gonna slow down everything else? And, story-wise, is this good? Should this be cut? Should it be cut from a different angle? Does this need to be 2 shots? All this kind of stuff starts coming up, and it's like, start overwhelming yourself with, like, possibilities. Because I'm too creative enough to make that many of ideas, then it becomes to a point where it's like, I don't know what to do anymore now. So I just can't solidify on, like, what exactly to do for so many scenarios. So, yeah. Because once I, yeah, Because what happened last night is I was like, okay, I'm not going to work on the tricky shots. I'm just going to work on this technical thing of like, I wanted this background to be high resolution. So I just worked on that. And I was like, this is fun. Kind of thing. So, yeah. I was like, whatever. And then eventually I'll finish all those weird technical things at some point, and then I will have to work on those technical things that I wasn't sure how to do. And then I guess I'll just have to do it. But until then, I don't know what this sky background's doing, but I need to look up. What is a winter? What do you call it? Sun, nights, winter night sky colors. I'm getting Yahoo as my default search now. I'll have to figure out what that is. Oh, Aurora Borealis? Oh. Oh, I'm getting a Trojan error. My WoW bytes is saying website blocked through to Trojan. Wallpaper cave is having a Trojan? Oh god. So I gotta go there. Thanks. Golly. Let's see. Samba. Let's go more. It needs to be night, but it needs to be colorful night. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah. Don't want to make it too rich. False positive. What's that referring to? But definitely. That sounds about right with whatever's going on. I don't know. I want to do purple, but I think probably more tealy. Tealy's more fun. Ooh. Oh, the Trojan, yeah. I mean, that's what happened with itch.io. Itch.io is that a Funko of all things sent like some AI. I don't know the full story, but the Funko Pops sent out like a AI to be like, we're just gonna search through all the, you know, what we think is a bad website, or like using our intellectual properties incorrectly or whatever. And it found itch.io, which maybe, but obviously, you know, it shouldn't be enough to warrant destroying the entire website. Yeah. Exactly. To send cease and desist. Which, that be, you know, it's good to, like, you know, for the one step of the process of, hey, we found a website, and then you can have a human be like, huh, let me go and research to make sure that that is a good, or is this actually a bad, you know. But if it was doing like the whole process of start to finish of like, I found that website that is potentially bad, I'm just gonna nuke it. And it's like, wait, and if no humans was involved in any of that, then that's bad. Exactly. I think it's probably comes to use that acting on behalf. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we're not to the point where we should automate everything quite yet. Or probably like set the dial sensitivity, you know, a little bit less. Might have been a little better, or have a little bit more keywords or something else to try and set it up a little better. Because that's unfortunately where the only place you can really download my Sunny's Dream video game. Obviously I could put it somewhere else, but it's definitely the easiest market to just put it there. Which I'm almost was gonna put it on my personal website, but I just haven't got around to it yet because I'm quite busy. Let's see. Is that even good? I don't know. A little lighter. More greeny. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it'll be fine now. This year's been weird for all those kind of C&Ds. Like the internet database, what is it? Internet archive also exploded. And it's like that. It's, you know, I wouldn't say it's, you know, scholarly, you know, as an actual, you know, it's better than Wikipedia as a, like a way to find stuff, but it's like, it's definitely a lot of like custom, custom people put in there. Yeah, that was bad. Because there's that's kind of the whole point, is that the Internet Archive is somewhere to actually find some of the things that people leave on the internet, but then there's nowhere really else to find them. Of course, you get the other troublemakers who are just being like, oh, I'm just gonna pirate things and put it on there, which they do. You know, there is a big pirating kind of subsection of internet data archive, where it's just like, oh, I'll just why, you know, go to a real place, or, you know, I'll just put the you know, confidential items. You know, we had so many leaks this year too, like the Pokemon Terror leak. I don't know if you heard about that, but like, allegedly a whole terabyte's worth or more of Pokemon assets in general got leaked. So that's quite huge, to say the least. I'm just making a background now. There's interesting stuff that came out of it, but also it's stuff that probably shouldn't have, you know, stuff that should have stayed within the Pokemon company. Stuff that they probably should have just, stuff that didn't need to be linked out. Let's look up what the, this is always fun. We can find out what the moon, what do you call it? Phase December. Let's go 24th. 2024. Yeah, it's autocorrect in Yahoo. We got a, who would have thought? Oh, it's a waiting crescent. Okay. That means it's lit in a Cheshire a little bit on the left side. Okay. Let's do that. I got my circle tool. Beep and circle. Let's go back to that picture. I lost it. So I don't know what kind of color I can use for this. Oh, it just kind of disappears because it's the same hue as the background. So it just goes, let's go, I'm gonna go slightly green, a little dark, and we'll go that. And a little lighter, and pop it. There you go. Accurate. I plan to put this on the 24th, December 24th, so. Obviously, if I view this on any other day, it won't work, but today it will be. That would be pretty freaky. You'd be like, whoa, I went outside and the moon was the same as what you have here. Oh, wow. Anyway, that's good enough. Okay. Clouds do go in front of moon. Does that make sense? Right. Okay. I want... Let's put that big rotatey ground. And that could be separate layers too. Let's just be ground. Well, we can also put the Aurora Borealis in here if we want, just for fun. Yeah. This might be a group too. Composite. I always grabbed a way to open it, to unfurl it. Don't mean to. Okay. How we doing, guys? Yeah, YouTube also, I just looked at my OBS and I was like, hey, YouTube suggests you should put ads on your videos, on your streams. I was like, are you sure? I don't know. I mean, I already get... Do you guys get pre-roll ads whenever you come in? Doing good? Awesome. Where you join the stream and it gives you like a 10-second ad. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that's still going or not. It's pretty big. So I keep getting like, let's make a new color. Every time a new stream, YouTube suggests to say, hey, did you know if you put a ad on your while you stream, you can get more money? And it's like, yeah, I did, because that's how it works. Or it was like, you get 20% more, maybe, income per stream if you do ads. And it's like, I only get like so many people. You know, if I get like a handful of people every time, you know, if they're already getting the pre-roll ads, and I just kind of double that. I don't know. Yeah, oh yeah, YouTube's been going on. They got YouTube ninjas to be like, you're using an ad blocker? No. Ad blockers go against our terms and conditions. And it's like, I guess, but why do you have the right to then say, nuh-uh? That's close enough. I guess we'll see. Okay. So now I can go out. Let's add a port in and say beep. And now I can add a peg into here. So I grab the whole group. So this will be ground GP, ground group peg. Yeah. Yeah, I did clip my dad just like one morning, like we didn't really talk about it or really discuss it at all. He was like, yeah. He just like texted one morning, saying like, yeah, we got YouTube Premium now. And it's like, for the, for the YouTube TV? He was like, no, just regular old like video YouTube. I was like, oh. Okay. So, yeah, everyone thank Papa Greenwater for supplying that. I don't know, YouTube gets the money either way, I guess, so it's just kind of picking and choosing how you want to give YouTube money. It's like, well, either you give YouTube money with the ads, or you get no ads, but then you get some features with it instead, so, yeah. And then you just support YouTube directly. So it's all cyclical anyway, where if you guys are giving me the money, then it's like, well, now I'm also having to pay for the YouTube Premium, so it's like, okay. Money always goes in a circle anyway. So What's... I never understood money laundering. I always thought you put money in a laundry machine. And I was like, that makes it wet. And I was like, yeah, that would be a crime to have wet money. You can't use wet money. I don't really know what it is. Anyway, I don't know. I almost went into a tangent of the Sega creator Sonic guys saying I'm doing insider trading. Okay. Where am I? Neat. Okay. We're getting there. We need to dress Derpy up, and we'll add... Let's just add some sketch houses for real quick, just to see how that goes. And then we can add a whole bunch more detail later on my own. Does this work? Well, sorta. Honestly, I don't think I need this if I just put everything. I guess I could have. No, I still have it. I take this. I take the one that has the information that I moved them all. Information that says to move it by this amount is still there. So if I put it into here, it should move it back to where that was. Yay. Okay. Good. I just have to literally now hook everything to this one. Which isn't a big problem, but it's like, okay, I just have to remember to do that now. Instead of the other method I would have done with the input port thing. Because then I would have just had everything should have just gone into the import end peg, and then put that into the peg there. The master peg there. Okay. Drawing a house. Okay. So this is a little tricky because we have to have them go around. Let's see. Make a new color. Make it visible, and then I can change this. I can always change the palette colors later, which isn't something that Flash can do. Not default wise. They did eventually add palettes, but with Adobe, everything's a little too late. Where it's like, great, you know, you finally added a layer system with Z depth. Way to go, Adobe. You know, that was like 5-7 years ago. It's like, man. I'm so glad to be out of a program that doesn't explode itself when I try to erase a line, which is true. I've had Flash crash on multiple occasions when I was trying to erase a line. I would use the eraser, and it would say, huh? I don't know, you want me to erase the line that you had? Oh, man. That was a cool line. Whoops, I can't think today. And then it just explodes and crashes. It's like, oh. Welcome. Let's see. An edgy name. Welcome. What's good? Thank you. Doing pretty good. I've had some interesting conversations. But yeah, hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully we're all on... Are we on winter break yet? I don't know. It's been too long since I've been in school. We should be, right? Or is winter break the last 2 weeks? Because it's... Well, I guess you would be going into it then. If that's the case then, right? So hopefully that'll treat you well then. But either way, let's make sure her depth's good. Okay, so now I can, if I want, I think everything's gonna explode afterward though. Yeah. I think I want to start it later anyway. Let's see. Oh yeah, no pressure on liking it. Yeah. It's all good, Mike. Let's see how long I want to make this. 120 is about 5 seconds with 24 FPS, so 240 would be about 10 seconds. 240 plus 54 plus 5 is about 90, so is that 290? It's around there. Let me just do all those numbers again. Calculator. So I want it to be 10 seconds times 24 frames a second is how many frames? 240. I want there to be a buffer of 50 frames before that animation actually starts. So I need to add 50 frames just for my own sake, which is 290. That's how you do it. All right, here we go. Been doing this for too long. Okay. Looks like Mario Galaxy with this kind of planetoid. Okay. Eyeball. What I want to do is, yeah, extend all of my drawings. I think I'll probably add a couple more drawings, but at least I can start to organize this. If I grab everything. Yeah, if I go from here down, extend all that, let's see what we get. Okay, so we got background all the way to the end. Let's actually add more just in case. This is my buffer zone. After this is where the animation should end at this point, but I just want to add a little bit more just so I don't have to like add more later. And we'll go to Derpy, which is a different case. This is why I don't want to start immediately, because I want to have these frames as reference, just in case. But I don't think I will need to have all these frames for doing all those expressions. And then because it kind of ends at a weird frame, kind of like 21, I was like, I'll just round up to 50, and then 50 is easier to think about. So I will copy, that's the peg. So I need to add the peg and this group for these frames. Paste those keyframes and then go to the end and then add that in. So she should kind of still do all this just in case I need these frames individually. Probably not, but just in case, especially for like larger projects, it's a lot better to have some sort of buffer. And then she can animate from here on. So that means the animation actually starts on frame 50. So we could just have all this to have a playground basically. And then this is where the real performance happens at that time. Okay. So what I can do now is start to maybe play with some of the animations here. I can add a keyframe at the start and at the end, and I'll explode that later. Let's see where my rotation. Is this my rotation here? Rotation is the. Okay. I was like, I'm not doing Z. Let's do 360. 360? 359? Tween it. Whee! Let's go negative. Or wait. Yeah, it should have been the right way. I had it right the first time. So I wanted to rotate 359 positive. Like that. Okay. And then we extend this keyframe. Try and grab it. Put it at the end. And let's say loop. And it loops. So now, the animation should just kind of do that on its own. Yay! And what I can do is add more layers to everything and add like the mountains. And I got the well, if I had the mountains, I was gonna have them be like further in depth, but I might have to do that as a separate wheel or something. Because if I add parallax, I was gonna like mountains at the back, and then to have like parallax, I would need to go slower. I guess I can have it like half speed, or it'll just kind of rotate 180, and then it would just kind of go from there. So I need its own mountain thing going on. Okay. Mountains. And it would need to not be part of this. This already has the animation going on, so I'll have it be separate. So then this one will have the animation of it spinning. But I'll have it be the same kind of style, where it's a circle with its own color. Similar to one of these, but then with a lighter gray. Don't delete everything there. And then from... So I can draw one of these, I guess. Alright. Probably should be a little shorter. Or we should just always draw it straight up and then just and then I don't know how this is exactly gonna work. I need a bisecting of just 1/2. So I select everything. I can probably figure out, I can probably get rid of some of these and then have all of these kind of line up on this kind of center line. And then I can duplicate that, I guess. And again, this is... Oh, just to see if I can do this. Let's see if this works. Okay, so we got that. And if I bisect it halfway, I know, and then say take everything here and flatten it. Can I take this half? I now have this, which I can also add the whites to the mountains or the snowy bits. Oh yeah, I could probably add snow to everything too. Oh yeah, I was gonna add snow to the chimneys tops, I think. So I could do the same string. If I do string, then I can have it kind of go off. See how I went off the edge, where I can like kind of draw, and then I'm onto the artwork. If I use regular brush and then draw it, I have to like go in and like cut it, and sometimes that doesn't work, or is like just a little bit weird. So it's a little easier just to use the invisible string, and then just go off and then color it in, and then it's perfect, and then it's perfectly inside in line as well. What happened there? Don't know. I think it went on a different frame or something. Either way, I'll fix that. Okay. I see. I'm pressing. Is D deactivating it? Yeah, okay. Because I'm trying to press S to like add my string, but then I'm hitting D to deactivate it. Yeah, see, it did it again. That was not a great drawing. Okay, so I got this. And we'll take this and try and take everything, hopefully. Or am I? Can I not select that? Huh. Select everything, copy paste. I want it to be pasted in the right place, so I'm going to hold shift when I paste it. Flip it. And then just kind of line this up. That's center line. So now I got mountain ring. Put this in the right place and then we can animate it. So what? In between. So it needs to be behind house. But I need to probably put the background sky like way further in the distance. So let's move this scale. So what I'm doing is I'm literally moving this in 3D space in the background. I really don't need to put it that far. But yeah, if I put it in front of everything, you see how it gets layers like that. But now I can move the mountains and then move that back there. Okay. I want a new one, just to be sure. So you can stack pegs all you want. So let's add, let's move these back to the beginning. So that's there. And we'll have a peg to the regular old one. About there. About the center of the other one. And then I can use this one as my actual animation. What is that? I think I want this one to be flat. Or let's see what's going on. If you don't know what's going on, just delete it and then start over. So then you know that's isolated into just one issue area. And then I can put this back in and then have this animate. Okay, so I want this peg to be smack dab in the middle of my drawing. So I want to see where my drawing is. There. So I want my center point to be pretty close, so that when I rotate this, it'll feel good. Okay. It's like I just do the same thing, but I just do it as 179 instead of 180 between that, and then we'll see what does that look like. It should. I thought it would look the same. It's flipped. Might have done all of this wrong if that's the case. I want this to look. I think I need to have it be in quarters, maybe. Or I flip the other side horizontally too? Let's see. This is where you start slowing down and be like, what? So I want small and then this short, and then when I go to the other side, I now have the tall on this side and shorts on this side. So I need the bottom here. Let's cut that onto a new layer so it'll be easier to select. And then paste it this way. Line these up. Okay. I'm just gonna put the stop here, and then I was saying that's a little fast, so I can't really see if it is working. There is a hitch. Let's see. But pretty good closeness. Probably needs to be a little more, I guess. Let's see. Maybe less. So we can see that this needs to be here. It's there. So it needs to be rotated more. Let's go 180 just to see what that looks like. So now it's doing that. Looks like the position is a little off of the rotation axis. So that's more on this side maybe, or the exact position of the rotation could be a little off. Because this point will probably determine just about everything. So if I figure out how to get that to be close or perfect, then that'll fix everything. I was like, where or how is that gonna work? What I should do to get it to be more better. I mean, I could also kind of fight it and say like, well, I want this to be here. So I can just kind of move this over until it's kind of where that needs to be. And so I just kind of rotate it. It kind of moves also a little bit, which, eh. But then it might be I can see it's a little there. So it's really just moving in the x-axis now. So it's moving to the right. So I move it the other way. That's close. Yeah, okay. So sometimes you have to like either you make it perfect initially or you try and fight it and say, well, alright. Cool. Let's move this all the way. Actually, just here. Yeah. 290. Why is it not existing? There you go. All that to do this. Because it's the same size circle, and I said rotate half the speed, and then fought it to make it look like it's about the same position at the beginning and end. you don't really care that it's kind of lopsidedly moving too much. So you get this kind of effect. And of course we can also do more, you know, more stuff and keep adding stuff to the background. I think I want to work on Derpy next. Let's turn off the storyboard and let's get some, I'll just get a refill of my mouth here. What am I saying? I'm just gonna drink some water real quick. Hang on. Okay, how you guys doing? Hope this is slightly edutainment. Okay. Okay. Save. What I'm gonna do is also play for more effects. Like I can have the mountains be blurry, I could have the moon be blurry. I could do that. Let's go and do. This is always fun. We can do a blur. So I open my node search. We get a whole bunch of different nodes for blurs. Let's go Gaussian. So it'll go from top to bottom. So it's getting transformed to a certain position, scale, rotation. Then it gets the image of the drawing that we do. Then we have this blur effect. I can go super lot to see what it does. It's a little too much blurred out. So we just choose a nicer number here. Probably just 1 or 2 is basically more than enough. Blur it a tad bit, and let's add a glow. So I think I need to add 2 of them. So we'll have the glow be behind it, like that, and then stylize it. We could have it use a source color, so it's the same sort of color there. We could have it be very bright. Seems like it's just like 1 or 2 is probably just seems to be the best. It's too powerful. It's also pretty small on screen. And then go into like percentage decimal points. So you get this kind of phasey, kind of foggy kind of look to there. Like it has a slight amount of like atmosphere going on in there. And again, you know, turn these off and you just get this. There. So that's called compositing. No, this is a composite where it's compositing everything together. Do the same thing to the cloud. We can add a new blur. If I just copy pasted the blur, I think it'll either be linked to each other, which would be bad because if I wanted one to be green and one blue, they'd be both blue. So kind of have to make a new one each time, which is fine. Let's see. Boost that up and see, is this working? Yeah. Sometimes I like to just see what it does 100% wise and be like, okay, what does 50% look like? And then, oh, maybe only 25% works, or, you know, go, then you're like limiting your scope and be like, okay, let's do 1.5, 1.8, 1.9, and then you get so close to 2 that's just like, just write 2, but maybe a little more, and you get something like that. So now you get something like that. You could do a little bit maybe with the mountains, do the same thing. I want it to be somewhat in the distance, so as we do that, this is to get the quality. Take it a 0.8 maybe? I don't know. We could always play test with that. Okay. Let's touch Derpy up and decorate her. Let's finally get to the main star here. She's been so patient this whole time. Okay. Let's move the MC blocks maybe a little off screen. They won't render anyway. These are like specific Toon Boom nodes that it knows not to render them. And then I said I think these are also the little blocks here are also specific Toon Boom nodes that are also not going to be set to render. There's no way for these to be rendered, I think, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, they're set to not be visible. So all these little blocks here won't render. But you can see like they're connected to different things. I can do all these different shortcuts to different actions. Okay, so what I do is poser. So I can use these blocks to quickly, choose some turns, expressions real quick. Sometimes I might want a camera. That's just slightly zoomed out so I can kind of see how this all kind of looks in see what's going on wide angle, and so I can kind of get more closeness here. That's the camera. I want to select just her. If I select her, can I see my nodes? Not quite. I want to see my deformers. There we go. You okay there, Road Horizon? Let's see. You realize something? Let's see. So I can start to kind of like sculpt some of these. And I'm kind of like looking over to see like, yep, that's what's happening there. So it is more zoomed in to get a preciseness to see whether or not this is working, and then look over periodically to be like, oh yeah, that needs to move over. Okay, so I think the fun part of, do you want it to be just Santa Claus or maybe like a reindeer? So I've done a couple animations. Oh, it's okay. Hopefully it wasn't my stream that died, right? We're still going. Sometimes I can't tell. It says I'm still excellent. Thanks, YouTube Studio. Let's see. I could double check real quick. Do reindeer? You got it. Okay. Let's do that then. So probably use the same hat that either I'm wearing, or I guess get rid of these. I can replace this hat with reindeer. Let's go. What do antlers look like? How do you spell Rudolph? Not snake. What? Rudolph is a deer. Rudolph. Reindeer. Whoa. Oh man. Images. Doki doki. Oh yeah, reindeer's got the, yeah, Rudolph's got the gumdrop antlers. Right? In the 60s movie, does he ever have the full-on, like, antlers? Or, oh, is it because he's a kid? I'm just looking at all the images, and it's like, yeah, he's got the gumdrop ears. Or he's got, like, the, you know, the head. And then it's kind of... How do you draw reindeers? But then he's got these gumdrop ears. And he's like, yeah. Yeah. Which technically the Rankin Bass is an anime. Because it was animated by overseas production in Japan. Yeah. But yeah, he doesn't have like full on like antlers. Let's see. Full antlers would read better. Okay. Let's do that then. Kind of made my character look like Crash Bandicoot or something. Yeah, let's add it on. Let's do antler 1, and then I'll have antler 2 be layered at a different position, so I can't put it in the same object. Okay. So we add this in behind the ear. And a peg so I can have transformation just in case for animation. And then connect it to the rest of the whole rig. And then draw. So I kind of take one of these brown colors and then shift hue it a little. Maybe brighter. And then just kind of, I don't know. What's an easy, simplified version? I'm looking through images. I'm getting my Trojan again. This website's not safe. Okay. Let's see. So it's kind of like a tree branch, I see. Okay. So you kind of get something like that, and then you just kind of if you just kind of keep adding branches, it's an antler. And then we can kind of thicken it up. Probably like a lot. I'll definitely go back through and like really add all the details later on. Okay, that's good enough for now. What color? Probably. So if I put it like true, you know, antler colors, which might be somewhere around. I don't know where. You know. More orangey. Be a little too dark. So as I kind of go from right to left, it comes more, not really brighter, but just kind of more what's called desaturated. It's getting closer to white or gray than of having a full-on color. I've always seen this a lot where it's like, why'd you know, kind of choose something that's more on this side of things, which I guess is for your art style, but it's like, I don't know. Either around like this square side here. It's always my go-to. Even if I want something neon, it's like, I'm just gonna make it a little darker and then just kind of go over a little bit. And then play with the hue. And if that's not working, I might have to just go crazy for some sort of blue color. And then see if I can get it right on the weird president. And it kind of being like the moon color. I'm just kind of playing around to see what's like a kind of trick the eye a little bit. Let's see. Oh, well, thank you, Cookie. Hopefully you'll be here for next week. But But yeah, hopefully everyone has a, if you're having a good Christmas for you. Yes, yes. So I'll do a stream next week, and that'll be like my year in review, kind of fun, like, wow, we sure did we did things this year, kind of thing. Probably won't make anything new, but probably just be a nice overview. So yeah, have a Merry Columbus. Cookie. Thank you so much. And thank you for the super chat. That was very, very generous. Especially because, you know, I haven't really paid you for your duty. Oh man. If that's a yes, no to ooh woo, I would say ooh woo. You bet. Let's see. Yeah, let's go full Rudolph, and we'll add to the nose. We'll add the red dot, and I'll make it glowy. Yeah, we'll probably have to talk about that off stream if you want to, for me to actually pay you of some kind. We'll work out a deal, a little under the table, I guess, of what you want, or what you think you deserve, I guess, for helping me out. Yeah, let me know. I'm sorry, I never really approached you about it, but I also kind of figured that you would kind of tell me if you wanted it or not. Well, okay, I super appreciate that too. Wow. Thank you. Of course, I don't want to take advantage of it, you know, and be like, oh, well, you're doing it for free. Well, all right. I'll always get a cookie to sort this out, but it's like, I'm glad that we're friends enough that we can kind of mutually. I mean, mutually, we're both not making money from this, from streaming. I'm not making any money from this. So, yeah. Yeah. So I wouldn't be able to, like, you know, if I was like some super streamer, I would totally want to do some split between you. But that'd be like splitting. It'd be like the Three Musketeers meme of the Donald like cutting a slice of bread that's like 1 millimeter thick, or cutting the pea, you know, into like 100 pieces. Like, yeah, don't think I can do that. With how much I'm making. Because honestly, these streams. Sorry, I keep getting to talk about money, but it's like, yeah, these streams just make only like 3 or 4 cents in total. Yeah. We be super getting into that, yeah. So glad we're on the same page with that. Yeah, just didn't want to like come off as like, oh well, I'll just take advantage of you because you haven't asked for money yet. But if you totally need to, then yeah, we'll totally figure something out. But yeah. Well, you take care if you need to leave now. I'm gonna draw a cute little red dot nose. Pop. Well, it could be a little more red. There you go. Pop. Ugh. Pop. There you go. Yay! Alrighty. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Merry New Year. Ooh, I can shape it. I can mold it. But yeah, thank you so much this year. I hope you can make next stream where we'll talk about next year, and we'll go from there. So yeah, thank you so much. All right, see ya. Alrighty. What was I doing? Got red nose. Is that cute? We'll make it glowy. We'll add that glow stylize. Let's do this. I can do this, and then put it beneath. It's already sort of working. Pump it up to a lot. Use source color to get that red intensity. A lot. Ooh, yeah. Honestly, that's pretty good, but I think I want like a little bit of inner glow. I don't know how I can do that. This is where I can use camera to see a little farther away. So radius is how wide, what area it is. So I could do like a small radius, but then an entire intensity. Maybe. What I want. I want it to have a larger fall off, which I think I need to make it like much larger number. And then just like a little bit weaker. Yeah, much wider area, but just not as bright, I think. That can work. And if I want an inner glow, I could just make a little dot. Let's see. I can add a pink here, just gonna draw that. There you go. Maybe more curvy. Let's get that rounder. Maybe more forward. Just trying to sculpt this to be a little more where I want it. There we go. That's not bad. Okay. Next. Should we can add one more antler. Antler 1. Wish I knew the full name of the anime. Ichika Noko Noko Hoshana. Something like that. Wish I could just say all that. That would be great. Where's my antler? So we can take this drawing, copy this drawing, make a new drawing. Antler 2. Paste it, and then we'll put it beneath everything. Yeah. So it'll be behind the back hat if I put it here. And then link it up to the rest of the whole rig. Beep. And that should do it, I think. Let it peg there. And it should just exist already. It's actually in front of here. And let's flip it. What's the easiest way? X position negative? Not quite. Let's see. Maybe this one? That's B. Trying to see if I could just flip the whole. What was that? That was this. There you go. There's like 10 numbers up here. It's like, I don't know which one of them. Okay. We did that X-wise. Let's do it in Z-wise. Put it in a fun position where you can see it with it still sort of making sense. Might have to move the hat a little bit. I have a peg for both parts of the hat. The hat's in part, it's got like two parts where it's got the back hat and a front hat. I added a peg to be able to move both hat parts. So I can just do that and do arranged hat. Excuse me. And there we go. What am I looking at? I want... Oh. Let's make this a little smaller. Okay. And a little bit more motion to her. I don't like how she's getting hit by the mountains. Might have to make the mountains smaller, or I can just make her higher. So that's the fun of it being a vertical video. So I can have much more higher up. So you're looking more up and down than that. I hope so. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Moons aren't that big, I think. What we can also do is add a little bit more ambient motions or something. Like I could have the clouds, you know, kind of do like a whoa, whoa. Like an up and down, or woo, 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 woo. And then just kind of keyframe that. Once everything's in position. So I also think I could add some Aurora Borealis. Either I open that file or I try and find it on my YouTube. You guys know what it looks like, right? Is that my Mother's Day video, I think? I'm just gonna quickly search for my own channel. Let's see what you guys think. Let's see how this works. Yeah, so I got this. I could literally just steal this asset, basically. Could tweak it a little bit. I don't think I did much. There was some post-processing, I think, to add some shadows or something into it. This is what I mean, like, I don't like all these buttons showing up and I'm hiding my Sunny. It's like, get out of here. I don't want to promote my short. Get out of here. I think that's on my end now. But yeah, it's like, go away. There's too many buttons. Like, you put all the, on desktop, you got all the buttons on this side to, like, clear this side out. But then you still got everything here. Like, you still got the title and the profile. So I try to, like, move her at least a little bit up so that if you want to get Mike Wazowski, you know, where you just get covered up by buttons and such, and it's like, just go away. Can't you just move this out of the way? Ugh. Well, this is on YouTube. But yeah, I think TikTok also does it too, which is like, can you just, you know, have it be... It ruins the cinematic experience, where it's just like, you just have too many buttons literally just covering the video. And it's like, stop. If I want to have buttons, then maybe I can just click on the screen or whatever, and in whatever fashion you have, where you just click on it, and then all the buttons, you know, I can roll over it with desktop. Like, I'm just going over, oh, my buttons, wow, I can now have all these buttons here, and I can do, you know, play in volume and such, and, well, they go away. I don't want to, like, as a creator, have to sit down and be like, okay, should I put Pony in bottom corner? Oh no, I can't, because she'll be covered up by buttons. You know what I mean? So it just gets a little frustrating with that. Anyway, should I copy paste this Aurora Borealis into this? Actually, it's kind of clean without it. I could add like stars to at least add something fun. We could do that. I probably should just finish Derpy though. Let's see. Golly. Too many buttons. Oh, button match. I'm getting it now. It looks so different. So to render like this, I'm noticing that her antler is going through the cloud. Let's fix that then. I can do that And then rearrange anything else I want it to be reordered. Here we go. Okay. This problem is that everything is in 3D. There's a 3D space to all everything's here. I don't know why. How do I rotate? Oh yeah, I think it's this button. Yeah, there we go. So everything exists in a 3D space in Toon Boom. So everything literally is like, you have to make sure that your layering is correct. So I got this ear back here. Obviously you don't see it in 2D mode. But yeah, that's getting hidden. But yeah, there is an ear back there. But yeah, it all exists in 3D. Hey, we're crashing. How do you feel about that? Hang on. Doesn't like 3D streaming. But I just wanted to show that real quick. How you guys doing? Oh boy. Yeah, I love 2.5D. If I could have made a game where I took complete ownership of the whole idea and everything, my game would have been Klonoa. I love Klonoa. Like, I only really played it. I knew about it since the Wii version. I think I watched it on like on a speedrun charity marathon, and I was like, man, Klonoa is so cool. It's kind of like Kirby 64, where like you're on a platform that's like exists in 3D space. It's got 3D polygons, but there are some like branching paths where it's like, ooh, we're turning 90 degrees, and it's like, oh, we can throw things into the foreground or deep into the background or towards the camera. There's so many cool like uses of it being 2.5D and really taking advantage of it being 2.5D. It's like, oh, that's so cool. Just for reference, I'll get a picture of Klonoa. 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 It's on Switch with the 2-pack of Klonoa 1 and 2. Look how cute this little guy is. But anyway, gameplay. But yeah, you're a little guy and you go down this little path, but if you wanted to, there'd be like a gem, you know, this could be in the background, and he would pick up this guy and you would draw it into the background. But he would still only walk across this narrow street here. The street is the only place you can really run around in 2D space. But if you want, you know, there'd be like some puzzles where it's like, oh, well, you gotta open a waterfall, but you need a key, but the key's, you know, closer in here, so you gotta figure out how to draw something at the foreground and then get a spiral staircase. It's like, oh man, this is so cool. I love the entire concept of Klonoa. I was like, oh man, I wish I made that. I love it. Okay. But yeah, that's why I love a lot of this kind of stuff where it's like, oh cool, you can do 3D and it exists in a 3D space, but they're all 2D elements, and it's like, oh, this is so cool. Obviously, you go in the background, it's like Paper Mario, where it's like, this shouldn't exist. Because that's why I love Paper Mario too, is like, it's got that kind of same aesthetic of like it being 2D characters in a 3D world. It's a kind of weird limitation where it's like, why not just have a 3D world? But it's like, because it has that restriction, it becomes that more creativeness of like, oh, cool, you know, if you just play Mario 64 or Odyssey and it's just running around, like, there's no thrill or like wonder of it being like, whoa, I could draw something, you know, it's like you're already in a 3D sandbox, is like, whatever, but you're being restricted in Klonoa into like that little street, a little tiny 2D path, and then it's like, how do you, you know, push past those boundaries? And it's like, oh, that's so cool. Some of the bosses are like that too, where it's like there's a giant like bird boss that's like in 3D space, like hovering around you, and like you had to throw things at him on like a swing. But the platform is like like a swing that goes back and forth. So once the swing is like gets closer to the bird, then you can throw a thing at him or something. It's like, ah, that's cool. You know. Anyway. Yeah. I love Clone. Yeah. Once I finish my other projects, I want to like make something like that. I have ideas of what I want to do for that, but I just don't want to like make a Klonoa clone. But I was like, some ideas are just so good. It's like I just don't want to pass stuff like that up, you know. If I make a game like that. Oh, I love it. Let's make a sack. Okay. Get that noodle out of here. Anyway. Is that a peg today? I gotta peg the sack and connect this to the rig. Ugh. Okay. Let's go back to my original sketch. Remember that sketch we made an hour ago? Yeah, this one. So we're building it. This is the idea. We're building the dream. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna build a giant Santa sack, and then she'll be like, oh, she like go, look, a chimney, and then she like looks into the bag and then goes, rah, 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 and then gets a present out, and she's like, ah, wow, present, and then shoves it into the chimney. And then the roll keeps turning, and then she's like, oh, look at that, her chimney, wow, and then gets a present out of the bag and then throws it in the chimney. So we need to draw a sack for Derpy to do all that. Let the design presents. I'll probably just make him like Animal Crossing presents, where it's like the white box with red ribbon box cube. I don't know. Can't think of any other iconic styles, I guess. I don't know. What do we got here? Whoa. Oh, you can just turn on fan funding in the chat. Neat. And a little, like, notification button or something. Ba-ba-ba-doo-ba-doo. Let's add a sack. Okay. So I think I'm gonna sketch it first and then vector it. Sometimes it's easier just to work with proportions. I have enough space, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, I have a lot of space. So let's make this bag. Let's try and make it. I want it to kind of slump over a little bit more realistically. I want a realistic sack. This would cover up her entire body. I think it's worth it. I feel like these a little bit flatter, maybe? Let's see. So I'm experimenting, so I'm not sure exactly what I want yet. I'm just seeing... By removing a couple of these other shapes, lines I did, I can see that my true shapes are coming out. And whatever's left must be the truth. How do you draw a ribbon? Because you could just draw the end of a ribbon like that or something. To get something. I guess we can move those closer to each other. I want to drag the just that. Kind of have it instead of just having it go straight down, I can have it kind of go more sideways, and that kind of implies that it has more structure, I guess. The bulgings of the presents or something. Make a more inorganic shape. Making just a fancy trash bag, I guess. I want to flip this, maybe? So I wanted to like dual wield it, but I guess that's fine. I could make the, not entrance, the opening of this. If I put this lower, you can see that this is starting to emerge out. But I think I want so put the opening there. The fun part of all this is that you can see my thought process of like, I don't know what I'm doing, into like, I guess I'll just kind of go into, guess I'm doing this now. Let's see. Looking over, seeing my rest of my context. Could be further behind her. I don't know. Keep making it smaller too, which not sure if I like that. When in doubt, I'm gonna use the. In other programs, this might be like a lattice sort of thing. Might be called like a lattice, where it has this box around it, so I can kind of more shape some of these shapes. I could actually just select like individual lines too as well. I mean, that's just a bag now. I want this part to be closer. I just don't want a big, too big an opening. Just kind of keep messing around with it. Okay. It's pretty much time for toaster time, so I'll just kind of quickly rough this in as a closer idea, cleaner idea here. I ran out of memory for something. That's not good. What do you mean? Still have an excellent connection. No, I'm confused now. Yeah, it says my chat's dead. It says I'm still good. I don't know if we just had like a little hitch or if we're actually now not alive anymore. You guys good? Am I alive now? That's easier for you guys sometimes. Okay. I wanted to draw. Suck. Just one line. So we got that. Okay, so I got this. Let's add the colors. Let's see. I kind of want this color here. I don't know what I did. Like, I feel like I did the, I did the 3D for a bit, and I guess that might have done a little too much. Is that too much memory? What did I do? What was I doing? I was just drawing. I don't know. Can't think of anything I've actually I'll actually do anything. I'm seeing in my preview that I'm still going, and it's still going there. It's a big issue that I'm still with you guys. I know not many people are watching anyway, so it's hard to get a reaction. That's fine though. Got a like though, so I guess that's interaction, thank you. Should we do more purpley? That'd be fun, cute. Whoa! Going crazy, wow, thank you. Can't even select my lines, wow. Okay. Thank you then. Okay. Whoever's doing that. I don't know who. Guess. Make my lines connect. That's not the color. Oh, I had a milk tea boba last night, and I'm still tasting it, and it was so good. That kind of vanilla, whatever was in it, was so good. This looks like trash. Want to be more, could be more velvety. Let's see. It's kind of hard to make a good color against this kind of brown. You know, yeah, maybe just purple. And then when in doubt, left side. Thinking some of these lines I did are wrong, and that's the wrong line. Let's see. Just want this and this to connect, but not. Well, actually, happy mistake. We're good. We're good. We saved it. We're good. Okay. That means I might as well add a new point here. Let's add a new point here. And then now I can maybe color not. Nope. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna add an invisible line and then color that in. There. I want it darker. But if I do it darker, then it gets that kind of... Yeah, I mean, that works, but now it's not color that I want. It's not the right hue, then. Yeah, we'll have to play with this. Like more... a weird dark pink kind of thing. I just got that shaker. Okay. So I'm just now just concentrating on trying to get this done quick. Okay. Gonna draw these lines on a separate layer. A little too dark. So I was like, ah. I think smaller lines are better. And then like a big line in the middle. It definitely should all be kind of more towards the bottom. And then just like a couple there. Okay. Sec. I'm not quite happy with it. Might have to like put it lower. I don't know what kind of layering I would also want on it. but I could put like some sort of, so I wanted that kind of harness kind of shape between here and here. So to show that, I had to like kind of put this more. Ah, hello. I didn't see it initially, but I saw the preview of it like 5 seconds later. Welcome to Slipper. Hello, sweetie. Happy New Year. Almost. I'll do a stream. What day would that be? The 28th. So even still, it won't be the next year then too. But yeah, I'll do a stream next week, and we'll do a nice review of what happened this year. Obviously, I'm super happy for this community, and I'll have fun going over what we did. Okay, let's see what we got. Obviously, we don't have animation, but we did get the rolling hills. Also, everything else exploded. Let's see. So I need to add how much? I think everything here on Derpy wasn't showing up. It only is exposed for like 1 frame, so let's expose it for the whole animation. And there we go. So, Derpy will go into her big sack and say, "Well, look, I have a present for you, house." These are houses. And say, "Wow, neat house. Mind if I put a present in it?" And then she'll grab a present out of the sack for her arm and be like, "Oh, there it is," and then shove it into the chimney. So yeah, that's about it. It'll just be nice little 10-second or so loop, and then I just put a little looping music track or something, probably some chill music at the background, add some sound effects, and that's kind of it. Wanted this to be simple, that hopefully I could get this done, you know, so to speak, over a weekend. I'll probably spend a little bit more than that, but did some little tiny project to make sure I can get everything else I need to also get done as well. So let's see. Yeah, go to toaster time. I'll probably be Wumble. I'll be doing a toaster time for the next half hour, and then I'll stop. So you can schedule around there. But if not, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for were you the one who did super chat? There's too many people. I'm very... Yes, okay. Thank you again super much for that. Obviously you didn't have to do that. But we broke our goal there to finish the last bit of the YouTube money that I've been waiting so long for. So yeah, with that, thank you again. And we'll go to social time for the next half hour or so, just to talk about stuff. Yay! 1 quick second, I'm gonna change gotta brush my tail. My tail is kind of acting a little anti-gravity a little bit here, so just hang on. I gotta go change. Gotta go brush it down a little quick here. There we go. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Okay. Whew. Okay. Let me get some water, and we'll see where we're going. What do we have to do? I'll talk about everything that's gonna happen, hopefully in the next week or so, in the next couple of weeks. So, yep. Hang on, real quick. Hopefully, the next music starts so I can. Okay. So you can listen to this polka. Woo! Alright. And that's not water. That's just, liqueur? Yeah. Got some sparkling soda water. Okay. That's why I was burping a lot. Sorry about that. Might happen again. Okay. Welcome, fun. Yay. Let's see. Oh, there's a fun thing that happens if you do it with one eye. If you just say regular HI, something fun will happen. I think. Maybe not. Maybe I don't have it on this screen. Oh, I don't have it on this screen. Oh no. But I had it where a little Derpy would show up and kind of wave at you. I think I forgot to put that on the end screen because I was like, no one's gonna say hi at the end screen. Either way, how you doing? We're just gonna be talking a little bit. I'm gonna talk about my schedule and what I hope to accomplish in the next couple weeks or so. Biggest thing, gonna try and get another Derpy test done. That's me clapping. It's been way overdue. I talked about it a little bit during the stream too, where I was saying that I've had. I was gonna say, well, I have mental problems with the video, but it's like, let's rephrase that into, I've been having sticky ideas that where I can't choose what's the best course to take. I think I would need just someone to say, hey, why don't you just make it simple or do it the way that, you know, because I was having trouble with like one sequence. It was like the beginning where the Derpy walks into the classroom, the door closes, an envelope letter shoves underneath the door, and then Derpy picks up the letter and reads it. It sounds simple, but I've been stuck on it for like the last 3 months. 3 months of like, how do I do this? Or the exactness of like composition, how many shots, yeah, what kind of actions would need to be in that, and then figuring it out. So got to a point where it's like, I guess one idea is probably okay. I'll just go with that. Where original idea was like, oh, I'll just have like one big shot of it being on like a low, looking at the ground angle, and Derpy's feet are shown with her shoes, and she walks into the classroom, and then the letter slips in, and then in the same shot, you know, continuous, she would have to turn around and then also bend down, and then with her arm also grab the letter and then kind of lift up. I was like, how do I do that? So I was going to animate it in 2.5D as well, where I needed the layers and a little bit of camera work to have that work. So I needed to somehow animate Derpy, but because she's a 2D character, and the way that I was going to do it is I usually like to have my backgrounds be 3D. The problem is that I animate them separately, so I would have the 3D background be its own software, and then I would bring in the 2D animation from Toon Boom, and then just hope that it works. Try and match it up. So I was like, how do I how ooh. So I was stuck on that for way too long. And I was against like trying to add too many inserts. And an insert would be some sort of close-up of an object or something. What's the definition of like a directional insert in movies term definition? What would that be? Let's see what the official Wikipedia says. In film, an insert is a shot of part of a scene as filmed from a different angle or focal length from a master shot. Yeah, insert would be like, like, let's say a scientist is explaining something on a blackboard. It's like, oh, if you go, you know, let's say Back to the Future, where it's like, oh, on this blackboard, you know, if you go back in time, this is what happens. And an insert would be the shot of like a close-up of his hand drawing something. And it'd be like, there's no face, usually. There's no faces. It would just be a close-up of like the object or the hand or something like that. And it'd just be a way to do like a kind of cheap kind of shot where it's like you don't have to do much staging with the actors or like really do too much directing of it. It'd just be like this little insert shot of like something. So it's like, I don't want to add too many inserts. Then it's like, how many, if I do inserts, like how many do I have to do? And it's like, so it's stuck on that. And it's like, finally realized I was like, okay, maybe I can add, because it can't cut to its own self. Usually you could do like a, you know, close to wide, but it's, you usually don't want to like do that too much, you know what I mean? So I was trying to figure out like, well, usually you want to do like at some sort of different angle or something. So I was like, okay. So I was like, well, I guess, you know, kick feet on ground. I guess I can have two insert shots, or at least 1.5, basically, of still have the like the low angle shot of like the feet, and so to show the door, and then I'll show the letter on the come in through the door, but then kind of cut to have a reaction shot instead. If I have Derpy kind of like look behind her and be like, huh, what's that? A letter on the ground? You know, like, whoa, to redirect her direction. And so then we can have her look in a different place, change her focus, and then have the insert shot of like her hand picking up the letter in a close-up shot, and then go back to how I had it, where it'd be like this medium shot of her then looking back up kind of thing. So all that to say, I am restaging and re-adding, you know, adding new shots, but it's like, oh man. So exactly. So all that to say, like, I'm hoping that because I've finally figured out this logic puzzle of like how I wanted to direct this now, I think I'm more, once I get past that bottleneck again, I'll be able to finish, like I say, like I finished that jail snake, you know, that jail snake thing took, I think that cost me pretty much a year, where I was working on other stuff at the time too, and there's always like some sort of, last year was, you know, always some sort of holiday thing, but like, okay, let me stop thinking about the snake thing and be like, okay, let me work on a holiday thing. Hi Ben. Hey. Yeah, welcome. Let's see. Okay. Papa didn't say wish you happy holiday. Happy holiday to you, Ben. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining this year. It's always been nice to see your company, and whatever you say, it's always great too. Always super appreciate it. Thank you. You have a good holiday too. No, it's coming up, or maybe past. I don't know. It's getting to the point where it's not too many holidays left. That's good. Yeah. So, in a way, I want to maybe make less holiday videos, but then it's like, what do I do then? But yeah, I want it to be in a way where I'll probably talk about this in next week's stream, where I'll explain what I want to do for the next year. That's all gonna be next, the whole next stream will just be me talking about what I want to do for the future. I should also remind myself to make a survey, me. Hey, me, come on. Make that survey. Will be about, hey, did you like 2024 streams? Did you not? Oof, alright. Well, tell me why. Kind of thing. I've been doing it every year. They have been super helpful. Yeah. I just make like a simple 10-15 questionnaire. That's pretty easy to work through. And then, yeah, I read every response, and I try and take those to heart as much as I can. I try to just like it's nice to see like the demographics, I guess. It's always fun to see, oh, people more than not like to see gaming streams, or other way around, like to see more pony streams or more animation streams, and see the split is always fun to see. To be like, more often than not, people would rather watch a stream that's the, you know, kind of category or whatever, you know. So then I can take that information and be like, okay, everyone hated gaming, let's not do that. Kind of a thing. I don't think that was the case, but, you know, just saying. That was like, okay, I can take some of these numbers and be like, okay, let's try and cater to you guys as best I can. Because obviously you guys are the ones watching and slowly paying my bills. You know, 1/1000th of a cent at a time. Each ad is about, I think it's, yeah, it's some percentage of a cent per ad. That's why I haven't been paid in a while from YouTube directly. It's because it's like I don't post much. I don't post directly, and the videos that do come out don't really perform super well. Obviously, they do get when they get traction, then it's like they get good traction, but more often than not, they don't. So it's like, okay. Either way. Let's see. Thanks for post my new art first stream. I finished. Oh, okay. New art teased. Make it over. So next couple weeks schedule. Cross fingers, toes, hooves, everything. Stretch. We're crossing everything to say, hopefully, very soon, I want to get another Derpy test done. Hopefully Sunday. I'm gonna try and, you know, I'm gonna have a lunch, and then I'm just gonna work hopefully the rest of the day and just get the another Derpy test video done. Now that I have a game plan, it should hopefully just kind of snowball into like, oh, I could just get this new shot done, and then that'll free up a whole bunch of my worries. And then I could just work on everything else, and then work on all the post-production stuff, and then try and get that done. And hopefully get that uploaded, hopefully tomorrow. That'll be the goal. If not, then I guess it'll have to be in January then, maybe. Because I want to get this video that we worked on today. I'll animate it. I'll animate it, and then get the Derpy Reindeer video short, hopefully the 24th. And then we'll have the last stream of the year on the 28th. So the next Saturday, 28th, we'll have the last stream of the year. We'll just kind of talk about everything in review. And then I'll decide whether or not I want to do a New Year's thing. Artwork or whatever. But that's not on my to-do list right now. Because I'm also going to be working on the Snowball video game. That's been pushed to the back corner of the room. push that until I get the other projects done. Until I get another Derpy test and I get the reindeer Derpy video done, then I'll refocus back on the video game and then get that done hopefully before February. So sometime in January, I'll try and get the video game done. And then, would you believe I'll also have the Paper Derpy video movie, chapter 7, 8, whatever we're on, to work on that next. So I'll review all of this, and then maybe I'll probably have next week be like a whole calendaring scheduling stream. Or I'll just have like a calendar app or something and fill it in. That'll be fun. But yeah, so that'll be next week to explain all that. And then, yeah, we'll just work to get everything done. And in the meantime, I'll also have my trophy work to also do. My regular 9-to-5 job as well. So, yeah. It's a lot. But obviously, you know, getting through it, you know, have to do baby steps at a time a lot, but it's still fun. I'm still having fun with it. Just that some of these little things always kind of come up, and it's like and I just have like a brain melt of like trying to figure some stuff out, and it's like I get too stuck on it that I was like I can't then tense my brain into like, you know, like I got blinders on, and it's like you're trying to get to this end of the road, but it's like I also can't really see it. It's like it's so fuzzy. It's like, should I take this road or the side road? It's like, should I kind of look over and be like, oh, well, maybe that road will be shorter, or it'll be easier, or it'll be more entertaining, or, you know, I get stuck with or, where it's like, oh no, I could do this, or this, and it's like, oh no. So, yeah, that'll be something to figure out for next year as well, as a resolution, is to make my ors into do's. I don't know. I'll have a better catchphrase next time. To be like, oh yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. So, sleep is for tomorrow, later. Not tonight. So yeah, I'll be busy. Ugh. Hope I have the best Christmas soon. Thank you. Thank you. You too. If that applies. Nego Horizon. And I hope that, obviously don't feel pressured into the Patreon or whatever you do to do the payment. That's totally optional. But yeah. If you do, I just would recommend, that to sign up on Patreon. Get an account, make an account on Patreon, and then see what the benefits are, and you'll be a paid member, hopefully. And yeah, we'll go from there. So if you need help with any of that, let me know. And yeah, otherwise, I think everyone's moving around out here. Okay, so yeah, I'll see you guys next week or so. And if not, I guess see you next year then. You got my wavy hand out. Thank you so much. Honestly, I know it's hard for me to express it, but I'm just too overjoyed to express it any more than thank you. So, thank you so much. I don't know how to express it more than words and how grateful I am. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, thank you for the 2 super chats. Thank you for this awesome opportunity, and yeah, we'll see you next week, and I'll find a button to take me out somewhere around here. Oh snap, my thing exploded. Hopefully I'm still live right. I have to refresh real quick. I have to like refresh my page to like end the stream here. There it is. Okay, there it is. Okay, cool. Now we can. Okay. Yeah. See you. Whoop. Music stopped right on time. No, don't stop the drums. Nah, stop. Okay. See ya.